students for grade 8 maths class of St. Peter's College, Colombo 4, Nigambo branch. So today our lesson is unit 17, that is equations. Okay? Right, so you already learned the equations lesson in grade 7 also. I hope you have an idea about the equations. So in this year we are going to study equations in detail. So first of all you should know what an equation is, how an equation is formed. So an equation is an algebraic expression. Now I hope you learned algebraic expressions in grade 7 as well as in grade 8. So an equation is formed by algebraic expressions as well as numbers and also some mathematical operations. So we can define an equation as when an algebraic expression is equated to a number or another algebraic expression. Such a relationship is known as an equation. So you all can see in this example given 3x plus 6. Okay? 3x plus 6, where you can see this is an expression. 3x plus 6 is an expression. You know what an algebraic expression is. So in an algebraic expression you have numerical numbers as well as unknown numbers. Right. So to talk about the parts of an equation, you all can see an unknown number is there. That is represented using a simple letter, that is simple x. Okay, so that is the unknown number which we called as a variable. And you all can see a number which is multiplied with the variable. Okay, we call it as a coefficient, that is the numerical number. So that numerical number is multiplied by the variable, so we call it as a coefficient. And then you all can see this term is added to another number, that is a constant. It does not change, it's a number, so we call it as a constant. So this term is linked with another number by addition, so it forms an expression, and then that expression is equal to another number. Sometimes it might be a number, sometimes it might be another expression. So such a relationship is what we call it as an equation. So altogether you all can see this expression and this number will form the equation. Okay, so what you have to remember here is, this is what we called as a coefficient. This is what we called as a coefficient, and then this is the coefficient. Okay, this is the coefficient, and then you have the variable and the constants, numerical constants, and in here, left side of the equation you have two terms. So this is 3x is the first term, 6 is the second term, right? The terms are added, okay? And you all can see another example here, 3y minus 1 equals 5. So here also you all can see a variable. Variable means the unknown term or unknown number, that is y, and 3 is the coefficient, that is a multiplier of the variable, and then you all can see a number, and there's another number right after the equal mark. So in here 3y minus 1 is an algebraic expression. 3y minus 1 is an algebraic expression. That algebraic expression is equal to number 5, right? And here there are also two terms. 3y is the first term, minus y is the second term, and 5 can be taken as the term that is next to the equal mark. So you all can see in an equation you have numbers and expressions in the left hand side and also numerical numbers in the right hand side of the equal mark. And now we are going to solve simple equations. So you have already done these types of simplifications in grade 7 also. So I hope you can remember. So we'll see how we can solve very simple equations, linear equations. You don't have fractions, you don't have brackets in these types of equations. So it's a linear one. So let's see how we can solve these types of equations. So first one you all can see x plus 7 equals 12. So when solving an equation, what you have to do is to find a value for the variable. That means the unknown number. So variable here in the first question is x. So in solving this equation, you have to find an answer for x. That means you have to remain x in left hand side and a number should be there in the right hand side of the equal mark. Okay, so in solving this, you know that plus 7 is in left hand side here and x is also there. So you have to remain x and you have to cancel plus 7. Right? So how to cancel plus 7? So always you have to think if there's a certain number that you have to remove from that side. Always you have to do the opposite of the operation there. That means here you all can see addition is the mathematical operation in between x and 7. So in order to remove plus 7, what is the opposite of plus 7? That is minus 7. So you have to subtract 7 from both sides. Then only this 7 will cancel from left hand side. So always you have to do the opposite of the operation between the two numbers. That means the coefficient or the number. Now in here you all can see what is the coefficient of x. No number, that means you have to consider it as 1. When you consider the third example, you all can see 5x. So 5 is the coefficient. Right, so in here, when solving the first one, right, I told that we have to cancel plus 7. So x plus 7 equals 12. In order to cancel plus 7, we have to subtract 7 from both sides. X plus 7 equals 12. In order to cancel 7, you have to subtract 7. So let's subtract 7 from both sides. Now why do we have to do the same change for both sides? So you know that since it's an equation, you have to maintain the equal mark throughout the simplification. So in order to maintain the equal mark, you have to do the same change for both sides. So otherwise, if you do a change only for one side, you can't maintain the equal mark. So now you can see this 7 and 7 will be cancelled and what's remaining in left hand side is x. So x equals 12 minus 7. Answer is 5. So you all can see it's very simply. You have to do the opposite of the number that you have to remove. And then second equation, you all can see x minus 13 equals 24. So you have to cancel minus 13. So in order to cancel minus 13 and to remain x, what you have to do? So you have to do the opposite of minus 13. So what's the opposite of minus or the inverse? That is plus 13. So you have to add 13 for both sides. So 13 will cancel from left side and x will remain. X equals 37 is the answer. Right, same manner we can solve the other two questions also. So there you can see 5x equals 20. So you have to check what is the operation in between 5 and x. That is multiplication. So what's the opposite of multiplication? Here children, the meaning is 5 into x. 5 into x equals 20. So in order to cancel 5, you have to do the opposite of multiplication. So opposite of multiplication is division. So you can divide both sides by 5 like this. So this 5 will cancel and you will get the answer as x equals 4. So since it is multiplication, you did division. So 5 cancels. Same manner we can solve this equation also. So 9x minus 18 equals 9. So you can see there are two terms in this expression, right? First term is 9x, the second term is minus 18. So in solving this equation, before simplifying 9x part, you have to simplify minus 18 at first. So when simplifying minus 18, right, when simplifying minus 18, you know the opposite of minus 18 is plus 18. So you can add 18 for both sides. Right, add 18 for both sides. So answer remaining will be 9x equals 27. And in order to cancel 9, you know that this is like this type. So in order to cancel 9, you can divide both sides by 9. So 9 cancels, x equals 3. So this is the way of simplifying very simple linear equations. Always do the opposite of the mathematical operation in between the terms. Okay, let's move to solving equations with one unknown when the coefficient of the unknown is a fraction. So in these types you all can see fractions are linked with the equation. So earlier we had only simple equations. So in grade 8 that you are going to learn simplifying equations containing brackets as well as fractions. So let's first of all simplify equations containing fractions. So we'll see how we can simplify these types of equations. So that is also very simple. So if you look at the first example, right, you have only one term, that is x over 5. X over 5 equals 2. So you can see the fraction part is x over 5. This is the coefficient. And in order to cancel 5, since it is division, you have to do the opposite of division, that is multiplication. So let's multiply both sides by 5. Right, when you multiply both sides by 5 will cancel and you will have x answer, x equals 10. So this is the way of simplifying equations containing fractions. First of all, you have to cancel the coefficient if you have only one term, one algebraic term in the expression. Right, so in second equation you all can see there are two terms, p divided by 4 and minus 1 separated, so that will become two terms. So in here, before dividing or before removing the coefficient, you have to remove minus 1 from the equation, right? So when removing minus 1, you can say p divided by 4 minus 1 equals 2. So first of all, you have to remove minus 1. So in order to remove minus 1, you have to add 1 to both sides. You have to add 1 to both sides. So once you add 1, this 1 will cancel and what is remaining? P over 4 equals 3. And our next step is to, now you all can see it's like the first example after simplifying the first part. Now you have only one term, that is P over 4. So now you have to remove 4. So in order to remove 4, since it is division, the fraction, so you have to cancel 4 by multiplying. So you can multiply both sides by 4. So you can multiply both sides by 4. 4 will cancel off. P equals 12 is the answer. So first of all, you have to remove the term which is not connected with the algebraic term, and then you can move to the algebraic term and remove the coefficient from that side. Okay, so let's move the third example where you can see a fraction, algebraic fraction as well as a number, and also you can see a mixed number in the right hand side of the equal mark. So you know that you have learned already fractions. So when you have a mixed number, first of all you have to convert the mixed number into an improper fraction. Right, so let's convert this improper fraction, this mixed number, into an improper fraction at first. Right, here you have 3 minus 2y over 5. Right, when you convert 5 times 1, 5. 5 plus 4 answer is 9. Right, so that is the improper fraction of the mixed number given, 9 over 5. Now you can simplify the equation. So what are the two terms? 3 is, that is plus 3. Okay children, minus is not connected with 3, so that minus belongs to this expression, this term, 2y over 5. Right, so you have to simplify or cancel this 3 from that side. So in order to cancel 3, right, since it is plus, you have to subtract 3 from this expression in left hand side. Since it is plus, right, you have to subtract 3. Then only 3 will cancel. And from this term also you have to subtract 3. And what is remaining in left hand side? Minus 2y over 5. Minus 2y 2y over 5, and here now you all can see that is subtraction of a fraction, a whole number from a fraction. So if you have a fraction like this, you know that you have to make the denominator common. So here you can see the denominator is 1. So you know that in order to make the equivalent fractions, right, you have to multiply and then make the denominator common. So how can you make the denominator common here? You can multiply both the numerator and the denominator by 5. So here you have a part of fractions lesson also linked here. So once you make an equivalent, you will have 5 times 3, 15. 5 times 1, 5. Now we all can see the denominators are common so that you can subtract, right? So what is remaining here is 6. And you can see this subtraction, minus 15 is large. So what will happen? In the answer, you have to add minus, since minus is large, okay? Minus 6 over 5, and in left side you have minus 2y over 5. So our next step is to remove 2 and 5 from this term and remain only y in left side. So in removing that, what you can do it at once or using two steps. So in here I am going to remove both 2 and 5 in one step. So since it is division, I am going to multiply by 5. So this 5 will be cancelled. This side also I am going to multiply by 5. Okay, next step is to remove this minus 2. In order to remove minus 2, I am going to divide. Since it is multiplication, opposite is division. So I am going to divide by minus 2. Right, so this minus 2 will cancel, and this side also you are going to divide by minus 2. So you know minus division will become plus, and you can cut. There are some common multiples. Here 5. So you know that 5 times 1. And even 2 and 6 can be cut. 2 times 1, right? And 2 times 3. Minus will become plus. So here the answer is y equals 3. So this is the way of simplifying equations containing fractions. So let's do one more. Here you have also fractions, right? Two terms are there. 5m over 2 is the first term. Second term is minus 2. So I told earlier also, when you have these types of equations, first of all you have to remove this minus 2. Since it is, now here 5 and 2 are connected with this unknown number m. So this minus 2 can be cancelled very easily by doing the opposite. So what's the opposite of minus 2? That is plus 2. So I'm going to rewrite the equation here, 5m over 2 minus 2, and here you have again a fraction that is half. Right, in order to cancel minus 2, opposite is plus. So I'm going to add 2 for both sides. Right, this 2 and 2 will be cancelled from the equation, and what is remaining? 5m over 2 equals, now this part is like the previous example we discussed. So here the denominator you have only 1. So in order to make the denominator common, you have to make an equivalent fraction for this 2 over 1. So in making an equivalent fraction, so you can multiply this by 2, right? And then you will have the common denominator 2, right? And then here you have 1 plus 2 times 2, 4. So here the final answer will be 5 over 2. And here you have 5m over 2. Now you all can see this 5 and 2 are on both sides, so it will cancel off and answer will be 1. But since it's an equation, I am going to show you the simplification in stepwise. So in order to remove 2, you have to multiply by 2 like this, and this 2 and 2 will be removed. In order to remove 5, you can divide both sides by 5. 5 cancels. So you all can see all the numbers will be cancelled and answer will be 1. So here m equals 1 is the final answer. So here when you are adding or subtracting a whole number to a fraction part, always you have to make the denominator common. Right, so that is the basic equation simplification containing fractions. So now we are going to move to simplifying equations containing brackets. So in grade 9 you are going to learn this simplification of equations containing brackets in detail. I mean that there are 3 main types of brackets. So that is curly bracket, parenthesis and square bracket. But in grade 8 you have to learn only about one type of bracket, that is this, we call it as a parenthesis. So you have only these types of brackets in grade 8. Equations only containing these types of brackets. Okay, so let's see how we can solve these types of equations containing brackets. So in simplifying this, there are two ways of doing this. Okay, I'm going to show you both methods. So you all have to understand and look for the easiest method, and you can continue the calculations or simplifications according to the method that you select. So let's start. So in simplifying according to the first method, right, here you have 3 and you have the bracket p minus 2. 3 minus 2 equals 9. Right, children, here the meaning is, now you all can see, this p minus 2 is an expression, right? P minus 2 is an expression and you have to remove, p minus 2 is an expression and p minus 2 is the expression. That expression is multiplied by 3. That's why the bracket has been put. That is the meaning of the bracket. P minus 2. There are two terms inside the bracket. P minus 2. Both terms should be multiplied by 3. That's the meaning of the bracket. So according to the first method, I hope you can remember these types of simplification. We did in algebraic expressions also. So in the first type, what we are going to do is, we are going to multiply this 3 from the terms inside the bracket. There are two terms, so both terms are multiplied with this term outside the bracket, the number. So 3 into p answer is 3p. Okay, since it is plus, minus, plus into minus, minus, 3 times 2, 6. So now the bracket has been removed. So you are going to remove the bracket by multiplying. Okay, so that's the first method. And then here you have 9. Now you all can see the bracket has been removed. Now it's like a normal linear equation like we did in the previous examples, right? So I hope you can solve this. How to solve? First of all, you can cancel 6 by adding 6 and 6 will be removed, and what is remaining is 3p equals 15. And then in order to remove 3, it is multiplication, so opposite is division. You can divide by 3 and p will be 5. So this is the first way of simplifying equations containing brackets. Now there is another easy way of performing this calculation without multiplying like this. So let's see how we can simplify according to that method. So here the equation given is 3p plus 2. Sorry, it's not plus 2, it's minus 2. P minus 2 equals 9. But in this method, we are not going to multiply, right? We are going to divide. We are going to remove this 3. The terms have been multiplied by this number 3. So I am not going to multiply, I am going to cancel this number at first. So in order to cancel that number, you all can see this is multiplication. That means 3 has been multiplied by the expression. So in order to remove 3, what you have to do? You have to divide both sides by 3. This is multiplication. So you are going to divide the whole expression by 3. And the other side also by 3. So what will happen? 3 and 3 will cancel. So what is remaining now? P minus 2 is remaining. P minus 2 is remaining. 9 divided by 3 answer is 3. Now no need to put the bracket. Why? Bracket, the meaning there is to explain you that these terms should be multiplied by 3. Now we already removed 3 from the equation. So no need to put the bracket again. The bracket is already removed and then it's a linear equation. P minus 2 equals 3. And then you do the opposite of minus 2, that is plus 2. So you can add 2 for both sides and then final answer will be 6. So these are the two ways of simplifying equations containing brackets. So understand what is the easiest method for you. Here you multiply the outside number by the terms which are inside the bracket. here you remove the number from the whole expression and you arrange it as a linear equation. So I'm going to perform some calculations, some solving equations containing fractions. I'm going to select this method. So y'all can select the easy method for y'all. So for me, I'm going to simplify calculations based on this method. So we'll see how we can solve equations in detail. Right here you can see again an expression. This expression is multiplied by 5, right, and equal to 20. So as I told, I'm going to select the second method, that 5, here you have 1 minus 3x equals 20. Here the meaning is whole expression is multiplied by 5, right? Whole expression is multiplied by 5. So in order to cancel, now I'm going to remove this 5 without multiplying like that. So in order to remove 5, I'm going to divide both sides by 5. So you can see this 5 will cancel. And what is remaining in left hand side? 1 minus 3x equals 20 divided by 5, answer is 4. Now you can see bracket is removed once you remove this 5, and it's a linear equation, so you can solve it. How to solve it? Okay, here you have 5, 1 minus 3x over 5, right? And then you have only 1 minus 3x in the equation, and here you have 4. Right, our next step is to remove this 1 from the expression in left side. So it is plus 3. Now this minus is the 3x and the sign of 1 is plus. So in order to remove 1, we can subtract 1 from both sides. So what is remaining? Minus 3x equals 4 minus 1, answer is 3. Right, and next you can see minus 3 should be removed. So in order to remove minus 3, you can divide, because it is multiplication in between minus 3 and x. So you can divide this term by 3, this side also by minus 3. Right, so 3 cancels, 3 cancel, what is remaining? X equals, now children minus minus will cancel, but in this side, this is plus, right, and this is minus. So plus divided by minus, answer will be minus. 3 divided by 3, answer is 1. 3 divided by 3, answer is minus 1. Okay, let's move to another example, but this is somewhat different than the previous examples we discussed. So here you can see this expression separated there, and you have minus 5 separated, which means this 5 is subtracted from this whole expression. Right, so now in simplifying these types of equations, you have to remove 5 from that side, 5 from left side before you are simplifying x and the other terms, because this is just a number. So it's easy for us to remove 5 from the equation at first. So you know that in order to remove 5, right, so this is the equation we have, 2x plus 1 minus 5 equals 25. So in order to remove 5, right, we can add 5 for both sides. So let's add 5 for both sides. 5 cancel, and what is remaining? 10, 2x plus 1 equals 30, right? Then our next step is, now you can see this step is like the previous example we discussed, right? In the previous example we didn't have this part, so we have already removed that part, and you have only this expression. So it's easy, like the previous example, you know that this is multiplication, so do the opposite, that is division. So I prefer the second method, right? I told you there are 2 different methods of doing this. So I prefer the second method without multiplying by 10, right? So I'm going to divide, and here you have 3, right? So what is remaining here? 2x plus 1 equals 3. And next step is to, now this is a linear equation, even you don't have fractions, brackets. Bracket is also removed, and plus 1 means opposite is minus 1, right, and 1 removed. So what is remaining? 2x equals 3 minus 1, answer is 2. So what is here now? 2 into x. 2 into x, right? 2 into x. So opposite of multiplication is division. So you can divide both sides by 2, right? 2 will be cancelled and we will get the answer for x as 1. So now I think it's clear how to simplify the equation. First of all, you have to remove this number which is not connected with the expression by doing the opposite of the operation, and then you will remain this expression and you have to remove this number by dividing, and then you will get a linear equation without the bracket and then obtain the answer like a simple like solving equations in a simple way. Right, another example. Now here you all can see this expression. This total expression is multiplied by 2. So in this expression there are two terms. First term is 5 divided by 2 and the other term is plus 1. Both terms are multiplied by the number 2. Right, so now when you are simplifying this, we can't remove this 1 from this equation at first, and even 5 and 2. So what is easy for us to remove is this number outside the bracket. Okay, remove the number outside the bracket. That means 2 is multiplied. The meaning of bracket is multiplication. So here 5x over 2 plus 1, right, equals minus 18. Since it is multiplication, do the opposite. This is multiplication. So what's the opposite of multiplication? It's division. So you can divide the whole expression by 2. This side can only be divided by 2. And then 2 and 2 will cancel. So what is remaining? That is 5x divided by 2 plus 1 equals 18 divided by 2. Answer is 9. Plus into minus, you will get a minus answer. And then in order to remove plus 1, you can subtract 1 from both sides. Right? 1 will be cancelled, and what is remaining? 5x over 2 equals. Now I hope you can remember the directed number rules that we learned. Both are minus. So if you have both negative values, you have to add and put the common sign. 9 plus 1 answer is 10. Since both are negative, sign will remain same. And then our next step is to remove this 2 and 5. So in order to remove 2, you can multiply by 2. So 2 will cancel. This side can also be multiplied by 2, and we can divide by 5 in order to remove 5. Okay, you can do it in 2 steps also. So we have to divide. Then we will get the answer of x. X equals, right? You can see 5 times 1, 5, and 5 times 2, 10. Right? So you can cut it and get the answer. 2 times 2 answer is 4, but you can see negative, positive. So what will be the answer? It's a negative answer. X equals minus 4 is the answer. Right, another one there. So here, when simplifying these types of equations, you can see this 3x over 4 has a negative value. Okay, 3x over 4 has a negative sign, and you have 2 that is positive 2. So when you are removing this 2, now I told as the previous example, you have to always remove the number which is not connected with this unknown term or the variable. So here the variable is x, and 3 and 4 are connected to this term, while this 2 is not connected with this term, that is a separate term. So it's easy for us to remove 2 from the equation at first. So in order to remove 2, don't consider the sign of 2 as negative. Negative is the sign of this term. Sign of 2 is positive. Always the sign is in front of the number. So in order to remove plus 2, you can subtract 2 from both sides. Right? 2 and 2 will be removed, and what is remaining here is minus 3x over 4. And here again, like the previous example, you have two negative signs. So add it and put the common sign. Minus minus. This is not multiplication. Minus 7 subtract minus 2. Both are minus, add and put the common sign, which is minus. And here our next step is to remove 3 and 4. So 4 can be removed by multiplying. Okay. 4 will be removed. This side you have to multiply by 4. 3 can be removed since it is multiplication. Do the opposite, that is division. This side, divide by minus 3. We are going to divide by minus 3 in order to cancel both minus value as well as the number, right? So what is remaining? X. And here you can see you can cut 9 and 3. 3 times 1, 3 times 3. Minus minus will become positive. 4 times 3, answer is 12. Okay? Right. I'm moving to the last part where you have a description by you have given a certain incident. By looking at that, you have to construct the equation and then you have to solve. Earlier you were given the equation and you solved it. But here the equation is not given. You have to construct it by reading this and then you have to solve it out. So let's see. Now here you can see when you read this, an envelope contains X number of 10 rupee notes. Right. So here there are two types of notes, 10 rupee notes as well as 20 rupee notes. Right. Now inside this envelope you don't know the number 10 rupee notes. Right. 10 rupee, there are 10 rupee notes but you don't know the number. There are X number. Right. X number of notes. X is to denote the number of notes. And then 20 rupee notes, you consider the 20 rupee notes, there are 5 notes. Right, there are 5 notes. Right, so this is the number of notes inside an envelope. Only one envelope is there. Okay, now you have to build up an equation with this incident. Now you have another incident there. The total amount of money in 5 such envelopes, right? There are 5 such envelopes. 5 such envelopes. This is the amount inside one envelope. There are 5 such envelopes. Now by looking at this, you have to construct an equation. So let's see how we can construct. Right? First of all, you have to build up an equation for the number present in only one envelope. So you know that in one envelope, you have how many 10 rupee notes? X number. So you know 10 into X. I write it. You have 10 rupee notes, X number. And then other than that you have 20 rupee notes. Okay. How many 20 rupee notes are there? 5 20 rupee notes are there. So you have to multiply by 5 in order to get the total amount present. Right? That is present in one envelope. This is present only in one envelope. How many such envelopes are there? 5 such envelopes are there. So what you have to do? This whole expression should be multiplied by 5. What if you didn't put the bracket? If you didn't put the bracket, you are going to multiply only this term. But what you have to do? You have to take the addition inside one envelope and then that should be multiplied by 5. So you all can see this expression can be simplified more like this. 10 into x can be taken as 10x. 20 times 5, answer is 100 into 5. You don't want to put the multiplication, already the meaning of bracket is multiplication. So you all can see this is the expression that we can build up to find the total amount of money present in 5 envelopes. Okay, and then they have given you the total amount present in 5 envelopes, that is 750. So what you have to do? You can equal this expression, this whole expression is equal to the amount of 750. So this is the equation that we can build up from this incident. Now what you have to do? You can solve the equation. So I hope you can solve this. I have already constructed the equations. So by looking at the early examples, you know that there are 2 different ways, either to remove the bracket or you can cancel this 5 at first. Okay, so if you have to simplify this, 10x plus 100, right? Here you have 5 equals 750. So here, without simplifying this expression inside the bracket, you can simplify 5 at first by dividing. So 5 will be removed and bracket is also removed. So bracket is also removed, 10x plus 100, and then here you have to divide So how many 75s are there inside 5? 15. So answer is 150. And then in order to remove plus 100, you have to subtract 100 from both sides. Right? And then 100 will be removed. So 10x equals 50. And you have to divide by 10. Right? And you will get the answer of x as 5. That means, is it in rupees? No. 10 rupee notes, right? 10 rupee notes. If you consider 10 rupee notes, how many such notes are there? 5 notes are there. 5 10 rupee notes are there inside one envelope. So this is the way of solving equations, and main thing is to construct the equation properly, and then simplification can be done later. Right, I have one more one, right? So this is the last one for you. You have to read it carefully. This is somewhat difficult than the previous one, right? So here we have some fraction part as well. So father's age is 8 years, right? We don't know the age of father. Father's age is 8. We don't know that. And his son's age is 31. Okay, son's age is 31. 5 years ago, the son's age was 1 year more than the half of the age of his father at that time. First of all, you should get the value of the age of both 5 years ago. So this is the age at present, A 31. So the first question asks, what was the son's age 5 years ago? At present, what is the age? It is 31. 5 years ago means what you have to do? You have to subtract 5 years ago, which means to subtract. So 31 minus 5, what's the age? That is 26 years. So this is the age of son 5 years ago. And next, write the father's age 5 years ago in terms of A. Now since we don't know the age of father, that is in terms of A, right? That is in terms of A. 5 years ago means, like the previous, you have to subtract 5. So let's subtract 5. Now can we simplify this equation, this expression? No. This is just an expression we can't solve. Right, so here 31 minus 5, that is 26 years. And here father's age is A. 5 years ago means A minus 5. We can't solve and get an answer. That's all that we can simplify. Next step, construct an equation in A using the above information. Now you have to link all these incidents and construct an equation. Right now you have to read this last part given. 5 years ago, the son's age was 1 year more than the half. 1 year more than the half of the age of his father at that time. Right? So this is the age of father at that time, which means 5 years ago. So that is, now they are talking about half of the age. Half of the age of his father. You have to take half of this. Right? You have to take half of this. A minus 5, whole thing should be divided by 2. Half of the age of his father is this. 1 year more than. 1 year more than the half. This is the half. Other than that, you have got 1. 1 year more than the half is equal to son's age. 5 years ago, the son's age was this. So what you can do? You can equal this to the first answer that you got, that is 26. So very simple. You have to do it stepwise. You can't directly get the equation here. Read it carefully. So by looking at the answers to the earlier questions, you have to build up the equation. Half of the son's age. Other than that, you have to add 1. Right? More means addition. 1 year more. If it is less, you have to subtract. Right? So likewise, you can build up the equation. So I hope you can simplify this equation. So we have already done this simplification containing fractions. Remove my plus 1 at first, and then you can remove 2 and 5. So you have to solve it and get the answer of A. A means what? That is the percentage of father. Percentage of father, that is A. So that's the end of our lesson, children. So in this lesson we may discuss about constructing equations, right? And then solving equations, linear equations, very simple linear equations, and containing fractions, and also equations containing brackets. So you will learn this equation simplification in detail in grade 9 also. So this is the content only up to your grade. So hope to meet you in another lesson with a new video. Thank you.